Okay, this is CITB questions and answers. Let's do 20 questions to prepare to get our CSCS green card and blue cards. So we need to pass the test, CITB test on computer before applying any CSCS cards. So they are very, very important, okay? Thank you so much. Let's go. Let's do together, okay? What condition could be prevented if the correct gloves are worn while handling a hazardous substance? Question number 1. What condition could be prevented if the correct gloves are worn while handling a hazardous substance? Raynaud's syndrome, vibration white finger, skin disease, arthritis. The best answer, in my opinion, is skin disease. Very good. Well done. You answered the question correctly. Thank you. Let's proceed to question number 1. Number 2. By the way, if we made a mistake, don't worry. We will do it. We will learn each other, okay? When selecting suitable personal protective equipment, PPE, for the user, which factors should be considered? Wow. When selecting suitable personal protective equipment, PPE, for the user, which factors should be considered? Fit and weight, price and size, cost and color, size and fit. Size and fit is the best answer. Thank you so much. Well done. Let's proceed to question number 3. What should you do if you drop your safety helmet from a height onto a hard surface? What should you do if you drop your safety helmet from a height onto a hard surface? Stop work until you can get a new one, repair any cracks and then carry on wearing it, work without it until you can get a new one, make sure there are no cracks and then carry on wearing it. No. The best answer, if you fall your safety helmets from a height onto a hard surface without any hesitation, stop work until you can get a new one. The answer is this one. Correct. Where on the body would a worker wear respiratory protective equipment? Where the respiratory protective equipment should be which part? Here. You need to click over his face because we wear respiratory protective equipments on our mouth and nose. So we did it. Which item of personal protective equipment, PPE, is helping to protect the worker from dermatitis? Which item of personal protective equipment, PPE, is helping? This is because it's dermatitis. Dermatitis is for the skin. For our hands. So the best answer is this and this. One of them. Anyway, this one is the answer. Let's check. Very good. Well done. Which of the following figures is wearing the correct personal protective equipment, PPE? Which one? It should be, look, it should be 6 PPE. 6 PPE when we say is the correct personal protective equipment. Okay, he has helmets, but he don't have hearing protection. So this failed. How about this one? He doesn't have a helmet, so he failed. How about this one? He has a helmet, ear protecting, but he don't have a mask. So the correct one is this one. Very good. Gone. When using a grinder or cut-off saw, what type of eye protection should be worn? You see, grinder. When we use grinder, we need to use what? It should be impact-rated goggles or full-face shield. We need to wear this one, not this. This is only for light. This is for sunshine. This welding goggles is for welding, when we are welding. When we are welding metals. This is reading glass. This only protects us from sunlight. But this one is when using a grinder or cut-off saw. So the best answer is the last one. Thank you so much. What additional measures can be worn under a hard hat in cold weather? There is a cold weather, then we have a hard hat, that means a helmet. What should we wear under it? A woolly hat, a manufacturer's attachment, a jumper with a detachable hood, a baseball cap. The answer should be a manufacturer's attachment. This one, it should be this one. We shouldn't wear this. All are not fit with our helmet. So the one which can fit with our head is a manufacturer's attachment to the helmet. Thank you so much. Well done. Which of the following statements about wearing a safety helmet is hot weather is true? In hot weather is true, sorry. Which of the following statements about wearing a safety helmet in hot weather is true? You can modify it to keep your head cool. You can wear it back to front. You must wear it at all times and in the right way. You must, whatever it is, a helmet must be worn at any time. Let's check. Very good. When selecting appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, what is the most important factor to be taken into account? When selecting appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, what is the most factor to be taken into account? Is that the cost of the equipment? No. Cannot be recycled? No. How long it will last? No. The type of the hazard. What type of hazard are facing? So we need to select an appropriate personal protective equipment depending on the type of the hazard. That means. Thank you. Well done. Question number 11. What should you do if your personal protective equipment, PPE, gets damaged? What should you do? Throw it away? No. Carry on wearing it, but work more quickly. No. Try to repel it, then carry on work. No, stop work, please. Stop work and continue only when it has been replaced. Unless otherwise, thank you. Good quality personal protective equipment. When you buy your personal protective equipment, PPE, you need to check this mark to this mark to CE. This letter CE is for good quality. It indicates the quality of our PPE. Thank you. Let's check. Very good. What should you do if your disposable phone earplugs keep falling out? Throw them. We should be professional, by the way. We should be professional. We shouldn't throw those damaged PPEs. We shouldn't throw them anywhere. We should recycle them if we can. Okay? So put rolled up tissues paper in each. No. Stop work. Yeah, stop work until you shown how to fit them properly. Put 2 ear plugs in each ear so that they stay in place. The answer is stop work. Thank you. Will all types of glove protect your hands against chemicals? Will all types of glove protect your hands against chemicals? Is that all types of gloves do not protect chemicals, okay? Only if, yes, all gloves are no. No, different gloves protect against different types of hazards. Yeah. Different gloves protect against different types of hazards. When you start a new task, how will you know if you need any extra personal protective equipment, PPE? When you start a new task, how will you know if you need any extra personal protective equipment? By looking at your employer's health and safety policy, by looking at the risk assessment, you will always need it by looking at the company webpage. Which one is that? When you start a new task, how will you know if you need any extra personal protective equipment? By looking at your employer's health and safety policy. By looking at the risk assessment. I think the best answer is this one. Let's check. Thank you so much. Yeah. Which of the following statements about personal protective equipment, PPE, is not true? About PPE, the one which is not true. You must pay for any damage or losses. Exactly. No, you must pay for any damage or lose. We shouldn't pay for any damage or lose. You must use it as instructed. Exactly, this is true. You must report any damage or lose to your supervisor. Exactly. You must store it correctly when you aren't using it. Exactly. So the answer, which is not true, is you must pay for any damage or loss or lose. This is not right. This is not right. We are not obliged to pay for any damage and lose. Let's check. Thank you. Well done. You answered that question correctly. Very nice. What will safety footwear with a protective midsole protect you from? What will safety footwear with a protective midsole protect you from? Nails or sharp objects which could puncture the sole of your foot, spillage which may burn the sole of your foot, blisters which could occur in warm, wet conditions, twisting your ankle as they have better grip than regular shoes. You see, with a protective midsole, at the midsole protect you from what? Nails or sharp objects which could puncture the sole of your foot. Thank you. Question number 18. Who should provide you with any personal protective equipment, PPE? Who should provide you with any personal protective equipment, PPE? You need, including the means to maintain it. No one has a duty to provide it. You must buy your own. Anyone on site with a budget, your employer. But you wonder, this question, this has an issue. Some companies do not offer, even they returned you back because of you didn't bring PPE even without informing you. So please, we need to aware of it. We need to aware of it before we go to job. So we need to confirm that will they provide with full PPE or not? We have to ask. So we will prepare to have it. Okay, so let's check your employer. Thank you so much. Right. What should you wear if there is a risk of materials flying into your eyes? You need to wear impact rated goggles, unless the other, no, this one. Thank you. The last one, the last question number 20. Do you have to pay for any personal protective equipment PPE you need? Do you have to pay? Yes, you must pay for all of it. Only if you need to replace lost or damaged PPE. No, your employer must pay for it. No, you only have to pay half the cost. As I told you before, most of the organizations or the employers pay for your PPE. So the answer is third one. Thank you so much. We did it. 20 out of 20. Let's check. By the way, these questions were from the CITB. They are original questions. They are original from the CITB questions. Okay, so you scored a total of 20 points out of a possible 20 points. You got 100% out of 100%. Thank you so much. Thank you.